overall, I will say, frustrated about the level of the checks, and you pointed out Nancy Pelosi. Let's bear in mind that we could have had a significantly larger package, supposedly in the run up to the general election, but she didn't think that we should do that then. She was sort of holding out either to damage the Republicans during the election or because she actually believed that they could get something bigger afterward. But either way, she was wrong, and now we're getting something much smaller, which is why hearing her talk about the bill that they're gonna pass sort of really bothers me. So here's a little bit of her talking about the agreement that they've come to.
We also have in the legislation direct payments, which were not in the Republican bill, to America's working families. I would like them been bigger, but they are significant, and they will be going out soon.
Okay, so the thing is, when she is there saying, I would have liked them to be bigger, first of all, you could have had them be bigger. So that's important context. But also, in terms of her saying they're significant, okay, I will accept the evaluation of how significant they are from people for whom they will be a significant boost to their standard of living, their ability to survive. But Nancy Pelosi, who I just looked it up and is worth somewhere around $114 million, they're not significant for her. They don't matter to her. And that's true for a lot of our elected representatives, but she is in charge. So just bear that in mind.
Look, I'm not saying that $600 doesn't mean something to people, but also like you gotta be that disconnected from the cost of living when you think that $600 is going to mean a lot to many people. It'll mean something to some people, but it won't mean a lot to most people. Okay, you like, when is the last time she's bought like lunch by herself? You know, like that. She's so disconnected from reality, and $114 million is so awful. And like, where is the justification scientifically in any of this? We are worse off than we were when we got a $1,200 direct payment, right? Now it's 10 months later, going to be a year later, we're worse off. The spikes are insane, worse than they've ever, 3,000 deaths a day. So it's hard to know, there's so much coming at us and it's hard to know what's next. I'm excited for the next fight ahead. But man, we have to do a big ol' U-turn in this country when it comes to where we put our money. Otherwise, you bet there's gonna be revolution, like you bet. And like, I'm not an accelerationist. I don't believe that that's good. I don't believe that like, people taking drastic measures is a good thing. And I definitely don't think that like, hey, if we elect right wingers and they do less, then people will, take to the streets and do more. We haven't really seen that much of it this year, other than the rightfully justified protests against how many centuries of racism and police brutality. But so I'm not an accelerationist, but I'm like, man, these Democrats are really, really testing the patience of their voters, Yeah. And I know the election wasn't close, but they might not they've lost House seats and they might not take the Senate. So I hope they're still running scared, is what I'm saying. And I think we need to make sure they are.
And they could lose the House in 2 years.
Absolutely.
Especially with Nancy Pelosi as their leader.
Absolutely.
So we'll see. Anyway, just to put it in a little bit more context, this $900 piece of legislation, which again isn't really $900 billion since it includes hundreds of billions of dollars that had already been passed, but anyway, is less than the $2.2 trillion proposal House Democrats had put forth quite a while ago. It's much less than the $1.8 trillion proposal that hypothetically Nancy Pelosi could have had but turned down, but much higher than the $550 billion bill that Senate Republicans had favored, which didn't include checks or unemployment insurance. It was literally just money being given to corporations, which you have to give them at least a little bit of credit, a little bit of props. They usually will do all this stuff to get tax cuts for businesses passed. This is much more direct. Just give them the money directly all the time. So that's what they wanted. What the people want is quite different. Most recent polling on this shows that 93% of Democrats, 83% of Republicans, and 87% of likely independent and third-party voters would support the distribution of another one-time payment of $1,200 to most Americans. Only 9% of likely voters are opposed to $1,200 direct payments. Almost everyone in the country supports this. And so of course, we got just half of it.
I mean, yeah, I will. I just want to say one other thing. Like, first of all, of course we support $1,200 direct payments. We should support a lot more than that. But I want an audit. I want an audit of those PPP loans. We know they went to Trump cronies. We know they went to people that Jared Kushner rents out apartments, has sold apartments to, who are job creators, who on the record like have saved one job, which was probably their own, right? And so it's like, well, I am a homemaker, okay? I'm an interior designer, whatever, that's fine. You can be a homemaker, I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying that like there needs to be a very thorough audit and some accountability for that $2 trillion, which effectively absolutely went to the top 1%.
Yeah,
I wanna see that, I wanna see receipts.
Yeah, and in a way, like effectively it's about as big as the tax cuts. And we know that was obviously biased. This is obviously more biased and far more direct. They got it so quickly. Like there's a lot that we got to be forward looking on when Biden takes over, but there's a lot that deserves quite a bit of scrutiny.
Sure.
And not just stuff that's directly about Trump's criminal acts. That's certainly a part of it, but the Republican-led Senate got away with quite a bit as well. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.